Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hopefully all of you are doing well. I am back with another discovery video on the channel today, and we're going to be discovering the house of City Rhythm here. And as you can tell, I got the discovery set. So basically, we're going to be talking about my top 4 fragrances from this discovery set. Also going to be going into honorable mentions from the house, and there are 3 honorable mentions that are kind of grouped up together for a reason. I'll explain that further on in this video, along with one fragrance that is technically would be my 5th fragrance, but it's going to get an honorable mention because we are only talking about 4 today. And from the house of City Rhythm here, I was really looking to get into this house last year, but I had the opportunity to buy these samples, so wanted to pick up Discovery Set, try out every fragrance they had to offer, been giving them my wares, and I'm ready to report back to you with wearability, performance, longevity, and most important thing, how the darn thing smells. So overall, that's what we're going to be talking about in the video today. And make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. I'll be right back to talk more about City Rhythm fragrances right after this. Let's talk about the presentation first of the box here. So basically it comes in a really nice box. These fragrances are really snug in there in this box here, as you can tell. My box kind of broke in transit, so it's kind of lopsided, but hey, at least the fragrances came intact. That's the most important thing for me. And then also too, just wanted to say with the City Rhythm fragrances, with all of them, they're parfum extracts. So this is the highest concentration you are going to get with a fragrance. And I will say, out of all these 12, even though there were some that were scrubbers for me and some that were very, very good and even excellent in my opinion, the performance did not let me down. The longevity did not let me down with any of these fragrances because they are that parfum extract concentration here. And yeah, so wanted to talk about that. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you have tried any of the City Rhythm fragrances and which one is your favorite and why. They have a lot to offer from the house and a lot of different experiences. I will say I like how this house names a lot of their fragrances. I think there's like 3 or 4 that are not named after cities, but it can paint that picture of your head, be like, yeah, I think that's what that place would smell like if it had a smell. If you had to put a smell on, prime example, you know, Nashville. If Nashville had to smell something like Nashville, I bet it would be this fragrance in the box here. But let's hop into those honorable mentions first. Let me go ahead and grab the grouping, the 3 that I was kind of telling you about in the intro of this video. Let me grab those, show you those fragrances. So in the honorable mentions slot, we got City Rhythm San Diego. There it is. That is one of them. And then when I'm doing these lists too, this is in no particular order, even the top 4. No particular order. Those 4 are the 4, of course. But even with these honorable mentions, I'm not ranking them. I'm just kind of telling you, like, hey, these are honorable mentions, and then my top 4 is my top 4, okay? And then we got City Rhythm Manhattan here. That is the next one that's in this grouping. And then, like I said, these are very snug. If I can get it out. Last but not least, City Rhythm not Manhattan, excuse me. We just talked about that one. This is Miami, okay, Miami. So those 3 are grouped together, and here is my reasoning for that. Those 3 fragrances, basically, from the house, they have a flanker, or they combined 2 fragrances, and for me personally, it just made the DNA better. And it improved on that DNA. So that's why those 3 are the honorable mention. But if I had to make a list out of those 3, it would be Miami. And then after that, it would be San Diego and then Manhattan. But this last one I'm about to show you, this is a flanker of Miami. And if you know anything from the house, you probably know which one I'm talking about already. And the one I am about to show you is City Rhythm Miami Confessions. Sorry, I can't read the whole name there. Apologies. But this is a very tropical, boozy fragrance. One that just improves off that City Rhythm Miami DNA, and this just makes it go deeper and more richer in my opinion. This is synthetic as well. Yeah, I like your synthetic scents, but I'm getting a lot of those tropical vibes, boozy type of scent with that white rum in this. I think that's one of the notes, and this paints the picture perfectly for me. Summer, springtime in Florida, sitting by the pool, got some palm trees above me, and I don't drink, but I can imagine some white rum next to me, or just some sort of rum, kind of coconutty vibes, sunscreeny, just laying down by the beach, enjoying the sun. You know, getting my suntan going on, got my sunglasses on. That's what this is reminding me of, and this is a year-around type of fragrance. Performance is excellent on this. I think I was getting around 8 or 9 hours, and overall, this one here could be a year-round scent, in a sense that basically it has enough tropical freshness that you can wear in that summer and springtime, and it won't be too cloying. And then it's got enough of that deep, heavy kind of richness to it that it's suitable wearing that fall and winter time for sure. So barely miss out on this list. City Rhythm Miami Confessions overall. I don't know the whole name of it, but I'll just put that up there. Can't read the name on that. But this one, very good scent in its own right. Now, let's hop to the top 4 fragrances, in my opinion, from the house of City Rhythm. Top 4 here, no particular order, kind of what I mentioned before. First one I want to talk about is City Rhythm Austin, Texas. So there you go. Yeehaw. I'll give you all a little yeehaw. So I'm going to go ahead, put the notes on the screen for you. This one here, you are going to get a lot of accords of smokiness, earthiness, sweetness as well. A little gourmand feel to it, in my opinion, just with that sweetness this has got in it. And some leather facets to this one as well. I've never been to Texas, okay? I've never been to Texas. And this paints that picture in my head if I did a Google search of that desert and having like a bull skull on the ground with some cactuses, and me riding through the desert on a horse with some leather chops overall, and I'm all bundled up and ready for the trip. So basically Red Dead Redemption. That's what this fragrance reminds me of, but let's go ahead and give it a spray. And man, this one, at first I did not like this one. This one was pretty low on my list. This one's got some spicy nuances to it as well, so a little sweetness in there, leathery, earthy, also very smoky, kind of what I keep mentioning, but this has got some dark kind of sexiness to it. This would be something if I went on a third or fourth date and I kind of knew the person a little bit more, I would wear this, I would rock this. On a night out, I'd rock this too. Kind of gives me the honky-tonk country type of vibes with this, and overall, this would be a nighttime, daytime scent. 10 plus hours performance for me off my skin with this, and projection 2 to 3 feet overall. This would be something I wouldn't wear at work. This isn't a very professional type of scent here, but City Rhythm Austin, in my opinion, younger, older guy could rock this. I think a lot of older guys would like to rock this more than a younger guy, but this is one that I can't wait to break out. And if I have plans or something like that this weekend, I might break this one out and give it a wearing out on the night on town, see what reactions I get. But this kind of blends well with the kind of desert vibes of Texas, along with the city vibes of Texas. It kind of gives you like a 50-50 blend of that, and I am very pleased with this fragrance, and I'm glad it grew on me, and I was able to experience what other people have experienced with this fragrance here. But City Rhythm Austin, first one I want to talk about, and as you can tell, we got a little music going on. We got the bowl right there, and then we got the city. So yeah, definitely good blend of kind of the country to the city vibes overall with this one. Next one I want to talk about is, now this is one of the flankers that I mentioned. So this is City Rhythm Manhattan Midnight, and this is one of their newer fragrances from the house. And I will say, I know I told you this isn't in no order, but if I had to pick and choose, this one would be towards the higher end of that top 4, I will say. But going into this fragrance here, gonna throw the notes up on the screen for you all. But basically, this fragrance is something that's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be green, also a little smoky as well. And this has got a tea note in it that's really enjoyable. And for this fragrance here, it takes that original Manhattan DNA and it just punches it up. And Manhattan personally, for me, I was going to give about 8.5. This one is going to be above that, okay? Above that 8.5. And I was really surprised with this scent here. Overall, let's give it a good spray in the air. Go ahead. But yeah, very spicy. Got that tea essence to it, green as well. Got a little freshness in here with this fragrance too. This is something that's going to remind me of a person that's got their life together overall. Suit, going to be going to work, businessman. That's what this suit reminds me of. It reminds me of walking, seeing pictures at Manhattan, seeing these businessmen walking to their businesses, the place they work. That's what I could see this scent. This is a CEO type scent here. This is one guy that's well dressed, got his life together, knows what he wants with his life, and asserts dominance. Basically, like Jeremy Fragrance says, this has a lot of power, man. This has a lot of power. And that chili pepper in this gives it that spiciness that I really enjoy. Tea notes gives it a calming nuance to it as well. And I really like the green tones in this scent here. Performance, again, this is like Austin here. 10 plus hours off the skin here. Projection, I would say even more for me, more free feet. And that's the same what I was getting with Austin. I was getting about more free feet pushed out. But this is 2 to 3 feet again, mainly in that free feet range, because these do really pump off my skin at least. And wearability, this would be something that the name implies, a midnight type of fragrance. You could be wearing this at night. They wanted to make this DNA more suited towards night, but you could still rock this in the day. You could still rock this in the day, but if you had both fragrances, City Rhythm, Manhattan, and you wanted to get the midnight version because you really enjoyed it, I would say it'd be a little bit redundant overall to my taste, in my opinion. This one, I feel like, just takes that original DNA and ramps it up, and you could wear this night and day. This would be more, I feel like, of a older guy's fragrance again, but don't let me pigeonhole the fragrances. A young guy might like this. There isn't a lot of sweetness with this one. Very spicy type of fragrance and green type of fragrance with that calming tea note in here. So City Rhythm Manhattan Midnight, great fragrance. Next one on the list, and after this we only got one more. This is Barcelona, Spain, everybody. And I will say there is a little caveat with this one. It hasn't grown on me in a sense that the opening, it's iffy for me right now. The opening is very iffy. I do not like the opening as much as the rest of the fragrance. But with City Rhythm Barcelona here, this is one that is, you're going to get some gourmandish vibes. It's a sparkling type of fragrance. I'm going to go ahead and throw the notes up on the screen for you all. This one has got a red wine note in here. Also, too, gourmand type of scent, kind of what I mentioned before. And it's got some cherry in here as well, so it's got some fruity aspects to this fragrance. And I do get some woods with this too, woody type of scent. And there's something that's a little bit off-putting to me with the opening of Barcelona here. And I can't put my finger on it, but this is a very transformative fragrance from that opening to that dry down here. And let's go ahead and spray this. There we go. But yeah, a little spiciness in that opening. And this fragrance kind of reminds me of a celebration, something that you're going to a party, you're going somewhere that is rocking. The place is rocking, have the party, you're dressed up, celebrating, kind of like a New Year's type of party, birthday party possibly too, with some kind of more dressed up type of scent. And this one, in that opening, like I mentioned, you're going to get some spiciness. I get some dry nuance in that opening, but I keep talking about the opening. What about the mid and the dry down? This is divine in the mid and the dry down. That red wine comes out. Very, very, very sexy fragrance. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like this is sparkling, effervescent. That red wine note really comes out, really calls to me. Cherry note comes out, very appealing. But I have to say, when I smelled this opening, I know I just said it's divine. That's what I'm saying. And if that opening was a little bit better, this would probably be my top from the house. But since that opening, I would say this is going to be probably my fourth or third fragrance from the house. But that I can't get enough. This one was one I kept going in for whiffs. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is that gourmand type of feel with the red wine and the sweetness in it, the woodiness as well. I was just like, it combines well blended fragrance here. And this is more in a sense of a daytime party type of scent. I would not, maybe a night, you're going dressed up at a party, like a New Year's party, makes sense. I wouldn't wear this to a night out at the bar. I'd wear this on a dressed up date, for prime example, or if I had to go to a business dinner, business casual dinner, this would be something I would be wearing. I would also rock this at work as well. I feel like it's got enough freshness, after the opening, enough sweetness, that gourmand feel to not overbear somebody with this fragrance, and the freshness in here is very, very appealing. This one, again, I got 10 plus hours again. I would say performance for this one, I got about 2 feet off the skin throughout the whole fragrance lifespan in that opening, and possibly maybe pushing 3. A lot of these I got 2 to 3 feet, I will say. This one, younger, older guy could pull off. I think a younger guy might like this one a little bit better in that mid and that dry down, because that sweetness coming out and that red wine kind of smoothed out in the fragrance here. But this one, I'm not trying to say it's like a special occasion dressed up suit and tie type of scent. This one's more of a special occasion type of like party scent. And that's what kind of knocked it a little bit of points with me, I would say overall. But I'm going to wear the dang fragrance whenever I want, because I enjoy it. I'm just trying to think of scenarios you could be rocking this. I would say it wouldn't be one that would be a daily wear type of scent, but this one is very enjoyable. And Barcelona, Spain, I might have to visit after smelling this one here. But yeah, everybody, let's get into the last fragrance. Last fragrance we're going to be talking about in this City Rhythm Discovery set is 2654. And this and City Rhythm Manhattan Midnight, they're the ones fighting for the 1 and 2 spot. This one got some citrus vibes in it. It's sweet as well. Freshness too. Those are just some accords. And I know it's got some blood orange in it. Off the top of my head, it's got some lime in it possibly. Overall, this scent here really took me by surprise. I didn't know much about it, but then when I saw it was the concoction combining Miami and San Diego, I was like, okay, that makes sense. It took the best parts of San Diego, took the best parts of Miami, and threw it into this scent here. And man, this is one I cannot wait to get a full bottle of here. That San Diego scent I really like the citrus in that scent, and then it took that kind of Miami DNA, a little tropicalness, and put it into this scent here. Let's go ahead and give this spray in the air. But yeah, that sweetness, that citrus off the top. This is a year-round scent for me. Just got enough depth overall. This one, it puts the picture of my head of 2 scenarios here. One, this is one where I'm walking the beach, just chilling, sunrise, walking, seeing the water, all that type of jazz. And then also too, this has got party vibes to it, in a sense of going out to a bar, going out to hang out with the boys on a night out. This is again, all the top 4 fragrances other than Manhattan Midnight. I would say the other 3 I've mentioned, they got sex appeal, and this one's got sex appeal as well. And overall, sexy type of scent. And that's why Miami and San Diego got pushed down to that honorable mention, because this one's just so darn better here. And I would say performance for me is a little bit lacking on this. I was getting about 8+ hours of performance. Projection, not as good. I want to say 2 feet for me throughout the fragrance lifespan. But this is kind of a tale of 2 worlds. And it, like I mentioned, it's something where I'm walking that beach at the sunrise, watching the water, or could be a party type of scent here where I'm going out on a night on the town. And I just want to reiterate when I talk about a sexy type of scent, this is one here that when I say sexy type of scents, I just feel like it's something that is going to give you confidence, is going to make your true self come out. You're going to get out and you're going to feel sexy. You're going to feel approachable. You're going to feel like you want to talk to people. You want to feel like you're on top of the world, at least for me. And that's what this scent does. I'm smelling good. I got my confidence. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to present myself as that, okay? I hate it when people talk about sexy scents and like, oh, you get these compliments, this, that, and the third. No, I have never in my whole entire fragrance journey, I've gotten compliments about, oh my gosh, you smell so darn good. I just want to take you out and go back to your house. I've never gotten that, okay? A fragrance isn't going to do that. You got to have some other things in check. But going back to this, don't want to hop in too much of that. This one here, 2654, really best of both worlds type of scent. This one has got more of a younger lean, in my opinion. And I would say out of the 3 I have mentioned so far, this one and Barcelona are maybe leaning straight unisex. I will say Manhattan Midnight and Austin both are more masculine leaning. This one especially, and Barcelona more unisex feel, but my nose can't get enough of this scent. I just can't wait to give this more wears and keep smelling it over and over again. This is like Barcelona to me. I kept going back for more and more and more, but that was throughout the whole scent's lifespan. So ending off this list with 2654. Appreciate everybody sticking around throughout this whole discovery video with me. Let me know in the comments what house you want me to discover next. I got some ideas in my head, but very curious to hear what the community wants me to smell and wants me to check out. And with all that being said, make sure to stay healthy, be true, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video.